All right, what's up, y'all? My name is Evan Strong, the founder of In the Image Clothing Company, and there's 4 sides to us. This is In the Image Clothing Company Poodles. I'll talk about the other 3 sides a little bit, but this video is going to be an explanation on our poodles, okay, and how many litters each dog through our program, In the Image Clothing Company Poodles breeding program, will have. A lot of these videos that I'm going to be making at this time, and that I have actually made just the past week or two, they're documentation of just how things have looked since the very start, before I even ever have my first standard poodle, so that there's credibility, so that we know, meaning anybody, that since the very start this was started properly. In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, our breeding program, and it's not just something we're doing out of nowhere off some whim, okay? So, yes, purebred, standard poodles, proper registered dogs from In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, okay? It's intertwined with our company name, the 5-word name as a whole, In the Image Clothing Company, because everything we do here, under all 4 sides of our company, the goal is just to keep everything natural. So, again, where the credibility comes, right? All the things that I talk about and know about with the human body, we're going to be putting all of our information into our poodles as well, okay? When, noise, if and where, raw and real, all right? We're not trying to make this something it isn't. So, the main side of In the Image Clothing Company, where it all started, the wind noise, dude. I'm not upset about it, but all right. All right. All right. We're gonna step over here, and I'm gonna calm down, dude. We're gonna make these videos very short and sweet, straight to the point, documenting it for the sake of the date, to bring the credibility of, since the very first, before any dogs ever even came, this is how it was going to be. It's not gonna change. Because I'm in it for the long haul, dude. All right? Okay. I'm gonna step back over here. I mean, I think this is good even in itself, just seeing how much emotion I have behind this. Because I'm not just hoping to just do something. I'm laying a foundation for a lifelong thing, for me personally, Evan Strong. So, gosh. Alright, so that's how it's going to be, alright? Just in case there's any question, I'm not looking for quick success. I'm not doing this for the money. This is a lifelong lifestyle, okay? So, as I said, today's date is the 2nd of May. Maybe I didn't say it yet. 2025. So, In the Image Clothing Company Poodles. 1/4 of us as a whole. We've got In the Image Clothing Company clothing that we will have available. Standard poodle puppies. Dog accessories. Goal is natural. Allowing the human body to work. Letting dogs stay natural. Right? I just want to make it very apparent as of today's date. Things aren't going to change. And everything is going to be very, 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 very properly done and properly documented. So, prices will reflect that. Okay. What I'm experiencing, for those of you who maybe don't know much about me and how I like quote unquote deal with things, no anger whatsoever with all the what could be perceived as that in this. It's being humbled by what I'm saying, how real this is, and yeah, just knowing that I don't deserve something that's quite this great, but it's happening. So, oh my gosh, I don't want to film them for the sake of just respect, but there's a standard poodle right there, all black. I don't see him so often around here. In Utah, United States of America, I see him, but just in comparison to the other dog breeds that I see, especially doodles are so popular right now. Like poodle mixes, golden doodles especially. That's a purebred poodle. Beautiful dog. Okay. I set out over here, meaning I just started walking. To this park where I film a lot of videos for mostly the main side of In the Image Clothing Company, but now since we've had In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, it's only been a couple weeks back from today's date. Everything's documented under In the Image Clothing Company podcast. I have been documenting what's been going on. Those episodes are numbered, right, is why I'm referencing that specifically, but meaning they'll never change, right? Never could one of them be deleted or anything. I want to make it so clear. This isn't what I expected this video to be, but I knew I needed to come over here. I was expecting to make multiple videos actually, and just make them about specific things that In the Image Clothing Company Poodles will be always, for the reasons I'm saying in this, because I'm making this before I even ever have my own standard poodle, right? The start of the breeding program. Her name's going to be Nita, Nita. And she'll be the matriarch, meaning just the starting mother of all the puppies to come. And yeah, so yeah, I want to make it very apparent and very clear. What I said earlier is the prices will reflect what we're really doing here. And if you can see what I mean by this, because it's not about the money, the poodle puppies will probably cost more than just about anywhere else, okay? What I mean is, the whole reason and purpose for In the Image Clothing Company poodles to be breeding poodles at all is to just give people lifelong companions. 15-year, give or take, beautiful, healthy, genetic tested, properly registered dogs. There's a lot that goes into breeding dogs, and some people don't realize that, and some people definitely aren't very intentional about what they're doing at all. And so again, date marking things, okay? This is like on the back end's back end. This isn't just at the start, this is before the start of me even having dogs myself, okay? So just so there's no question, just so that the credibility can be there, just so that things can line up, and they'll always be the same as I said at the start, just like the main side of In the Image Clothing Company, all the anatomy of the human body that I talk about, all the things that are required within clothing, where clothing has to sit, In the Image Clothing Company's official shoelacing technique, everything has been the exact same since the beginning, and it will always be the exact same for the sake of credibility. Well, I mean, it wouldn't even need to be for the sake of anything, but just meaning because it's truth, right? And you can see it, and that's where you can just know that we're doing things proper here, okay? Messing up as we do, but yeah. So each of our female dogs through In the Image Clothing Company Poodles program, and I said it on episode 115 of In the Image Clothing Company podcast, but they will only be bred 3 times per female dog through our program, In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, okay? And that's not so common, but that's what I mean is, sometimes if you're looking at prices of things and it's quality, yeah, right? Because you can just pump out a lot of dogs quick, do it in an unhealthy, not so safe or proper way, and make a lot of quick money. I'm in it for the long haul, okay? It's a lifelong thing. All 4 sides of In the Image Clothing Company. So, yeah, okay. I love documentation, and that's how it will all be. It'll all be so properly done. So properly done. And it just will. I'm not saying something. I'm just letting you know, and then you'll see it happen. Okay. So, the 2nd of May, 2025. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. All the things that I've talked about, right? That episode I just referenced of In the Image Clothing Company podcast, episode 115. I gave a lot of information on how In the Image Clothing Company poodles will always look, but just know that I'm doing things proper, or I wouldn't be doing them at all. I don't really care to do much in life. I definitely don't care to have money. Don't take this as pride, but also take this as your dogs are coming from a good place. I'm really smart, intellectual, intentional. I dive into things I love poodles. That's what I mean. You saw my heart light up when I saw that poodle. Okay, it's not about just doing it to do it. I love these dogs so much. So yeah, because it's not about the quantity. It's not about just pumping litters out. And so yeah, I'm not looking for show dogs. I'm not looking for dogs to be so particular in one certain avenue of anything, but just really, really well-rounded, healthy dogs, upholding the breed standard, and that'll show. It'll just happen. It'll just come through, because we're not going to be putting dogs through in the Image Clothing Company Poodles program unless they're the best dogs that we feel should come through the program. Okay, so yeah, I've said so often in the Image Clothing Company content, I'd rather miss out on things than do them, right? A lot of times I intentionally leave myself out of things and say no to opportunities because less is more, and I'm very simplistic, very minimal, and so all these values will be going into In the Image Clothing Company Poodles. And that's, again, I said it earlier, but I'll reiterate and kind of dive into it a little bit more. That's why everything is intertwined under the 5-word company name, In the Image Clothing Company, okay? Because you can look at all 4 sides of the company: In the Image Clothing Company music, In the Image Clothing Company, the main side, clothing, right? And the anatomy of the human body. And then In the Image Clothing Company podcast, discussions on the gospel of Jesus Christ, and just my life documented, really. And then here on In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, you can see all 4 sides. I'm not perfect by any means, but you can see how things are intentional, purposeful, done well, or I'd rather just not do it. There's so much I just don't care to do, and I love standard poodles. So, okay, proper. Yeah, In the Image Clothing Company dog products, proper as well, right? All the intentionality that I put into clothing, I'll put into any design for dog accessories that we have available, okay? Forever and always laying a foundation. So yeah, I never want there to be a question on if our dogs are good or not. And I never want there to be a question on, we're gonna say the phrase if and when and where we do. A mutt is a mutt. A mixed dog is just a mix of dogs. There's a reason for a breed standard, and no matter who it offends, we got every right to say it, and we're gonna stand on it. Under In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, a mutt is a mutt. Even purebred dogs that are just not done properly, right? There's reasons for it. There's reasons for the price tag. There's reasons for being so particular and specific. There's reasons we'll bring the dogs up in the ways that we do for the first 8 weeks. There's reasons why we're going to be so particular about who the dogs go to as far as our application process for the owners of the dogs. It's like adopting a child for 15 full years, give or take. So I just never want there to be any question on how blunt, bold, raw, real we are under In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, but it'll show forth, right? It'll come through with what our program looks like, how it's laid out, and how properly we do everything, always. Otherwise, I would just rather not. So, okay. I'm currently 25 years old as of today's date. I have never had my own dog yet as of today's date. But, oh my gosh, there's an apricot poodle. Standard size. No joke. No joke, meaning what I said earlier. I just don't see that many poodles around here. Standard. I do, but not very common. I think this is the same dog that I saw a couple days ago, though. Might have even been yesterday. I was walking on this trail and I just love it. Man, all right. Okay, I don't want to be like comparing, but we're not just going to be some breeder. We're not just somebody that you could choose to get a poodle from, but maybe these other guys are going to give us a puppy for cheaper, right? We're going to only do it, and we're doing it, but if and because it's very, very properly done, okay? It's not a hobby. It's not to make money. I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to learn all that I need to in all aspects of what it means, genetic-wise, all right? I mean, yeah, it's not just some thrown together thing, not some dream I have, not some hope. No, it's just going to be very, very proper. So I've announced where I have under In the Image Clothing Company Poodles and on episode 115 of In the Image Clothing Company podcast, which the title of that is the Standard Poodle Breeding Program. What I announced was poodle parades, and we will have them. Same thing. When I'm so strict about things, it's because the intentionality behind it. It's because of the quality that comes with what we do under In the Image Clothing Company. So I get bold, I get really, 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 really blunt and offensive. Yes, great. Because you're either on board with what we're doing and understand why we're doing it, or you have a problem with it, and that's fine, okay? But we're doing what we're doing, and it will always be that way, so. Yep, okay. There we go. There's a lot of context on what a lot of the breeding program will look like I said in that episode 115 of In the Image Clothing Company podcast. But more things to come. Everything will be done under contract. Everything will be so proper. Okay, so yeah. All right. I don't have like some kind of prejudice against other dog breeds, but it's just the case. I don't really care so much about other dogs the way that I just love standard poodles. So my heart's in this, man. It always will be. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. There's a lot to choose from on this earth, in this life, and I just don't care about most all of it. But my heart is in this. Okay, for life. So thank you. Take us seriously if you're going to take us at all, is what I mean. Okay? Take it or leave it, kind of thing. So, yeah. Okay. Everything will be under InTheImageClothingCompany.com. Everything. Okay? It'll just be all easy to get to. Just very straightforward, as I am. So, there we go. Okay. The 2nd of May, 2025, In the Image Clothing Company Poodles. My name is Evan Strong, the founder of In the Image Clothing Company. So, expect it, okay? I'm not making some claim that's not going to happen. Time periods and time limits, that's not mine. I'm on God's time, but